Yeah, he was on it, and kind of always gave U of M the stink eye because U of M is really complicit when it comes to allowing technology to get
Here's why.
Reverse osmosis to Japan to China.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Those students come in fully funded.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, the money that China uses to fully fund these families that send those students in comes from the debt dollars that come from the United States debt ceiling that they purchase. We pay interest to China. China doesn't know what to do with all the dollars. They're afraid. Do you know the 100 ghost cities in China?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They just had to have something to do. They paid Australian engineers to come in with those debt dollars that's piling up so high in China.
Mm-hmm.
They spend it. There's no market for what they've got there. They're ghost cities the size of
they're
New
empty.
York,
Yeah.
the size of L.A. They have an Eiffel Tower. Folks, I'm just trying to say that China is not our economic friend.
No.
And we do not want to allow them to have title to property in this country.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to what the E1
EB5 visa program.
Yeah. So basically, that's a program where if you bring so much money into this country and you invest so much money in this country and you employ so many people,
10 people, I think it is. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was a little more than that, but I'm not.
There's different status.
Okay. So you get a green card, or you get a number of green cards. Is that not correct?
I'm not the
You get a
expert
path
on
to
the minutia of the
citizenship, from what
EB1,
I'm understanding.
but I know the Economic Development Corporation stacks up funds that they get from this. So they're highly motivated. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Governor Snyder's doing good stuff. But I think he has either a blind eye or a tinted eye toward China on this.
Right.
Well, there are a number of, but there have been like Iraqis who have come to this country, and they bring so much money with them, they invest so much, and they're allowed entry. They go to the head of the line. Mm-hmm. So it
is a way to buy citizenship.
Exactly, it's a way to get your foot in the door. That's one, and two, and maybe we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here. We were talking about Milan. The Milan thing went down the tubes. I think it got exposed. There was a lot of public sentiment against it.
Phone calls.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And now there's this area in Ypsi that is begging for development, and the city is begging for somebody to develop it. And so this Chinese organization came in and said, we want to build this little village, Chinatown. You can call it Chinatown if you want.
And they call it Chinatown.
Yeah. And you want to be careful on the ethnicity and the race innuendo.
It's true, but that's what they're naming it. That's
know.
their names, not mine.
So they're willing to build. The city is willing to have them build, and there are a number of city residents who are afraid of what they call the gentrification of Ypsi.
Yep.
So they're afraid of rents going up, and the whole community changing because you bring in some of these very wealthy Chinese and wealthy communists coming to this country.
Well,
they come
wealthy
in,
communists. They're just crazy.
I know,
Isn't
it's
it?
just an oxymoron.
Yeah, that's communism, all right.
So basically, they're going to come in and they're going to jack up rents. Sure, they're going to employ a handful of people, but all of a sudden, the people who are used to living here can't live here. They've got to get out because they can't afford to be here anymore.
Yep.
So there's this the social justice warriors, if you want to go that far. They're very much upset about that concept,
right.
about the gentrification of Ypsilanti.
Yeah.
So now there was a task force that was investigating whether this should be done or not. And it's kind of a mini scandal in Ypsi City right now.
Big time.
Yeah, because as I understand it, the mayor and a number of other people from the city government went to China on the dime of a student union organization.
From Wayne State University.
Yes. There was Chinese oriented, and it turns out that money was actually funneled?
Funneled.
Go ahead.
The Chinese Student Association of Wayne State University denied providing that money. The contractor for this International Village company out of Troy, their president, the president of Spence Building Corporation, Spence Brothers, out of Brighton, the mayor of Ypsilanti, 3 board members have been swept away with all expenses paid trip to China.
Whining and dining.
Whining and dining. See, we're saying that's influence peddling. And there is
and they're saying it's fact-finding.
Well, they're saying facts-finding, but there's an independent investigation because of the source of the money. This is going on by the council has commissioned an independent investigation. And all I'm saying, the news got a hold of this, and they can't track the money. All I'm saying is an independent hired by the council is not independent. I have given the city of Ypsilanti an independent review of this. It is now on the purview of the Attorney General, Bill Schuette. Huh. I put that on his desk yesterday. I don't know that Bill Schuette will answer. He's promised me access. He has not promised action. Right. He's not one that sells like I think the city's doing. He doesn't sell his office.
Phone calls. He's up for election.
Phone calls. And this could be a very good thing for my friend, Bill Schuette, because if he moves on this and he finds there's been influence peddling, it would be just like the character of Bill Schuette to expose these things, and that would be good for him.
Okay, so is there a website that the caller or the listeners of this show can go and get a little more of this information so they can make an educated phone call to Bill Schuette?
You can Google this, and all the information's there. The independent counsel, the accusations of, that's all there, and that's on Bill's desk now.
Okay.
So I appreciate that access. I don't have promise of action.
Right. A lot of the information I've gotten on this subject, frankly, is a Facebook group I belong to. I think it's called Friends of Ypsilanti.
Okay.
And there's been a lot of discussion on this by a lot of very knowledgeable people. I'm not talking about, people who heard it from their dog. I'm talking about some prominent people in the community and in the state government.
Yeah. All right. So let's tell people, Friends of Ypsilanti
I think
on
it's Friends of
Facebook
Ypsilanti.
is what you can go to check it out. Be a patriot, right? And do your share to make sure that we don't have this influence peddling. I'm not knocking that international investment isn't always good or bad, but let's make sure we know what is really going on. So, but
you can feel sorry for the city.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
They're stuck. I mean, another group of people made a decision, stuck the current population administration with this property that really needed to be developed anyhow. But they opened a can of worms, and somebody's got to do something with the worms now.
Yeah. Let's take a quick call from Ken, who's probably got a question for you, I think, Dennis, about the Tea Party. Ken, welcome to the show.
Well, I just want to make an observation towards all the Tea Party groups if they want to try to increase their membership, try to increase support. Now, I'm a Christian, and I recently had a conversation with a group of friends of mine who are all Christian of different groups, but none of us were Pentecostal or charismatic. And the issue that came up was that we started to support the Tea Parties, but then we stopped supporting the Tea Parties because one thing that we were seeing as a common problem was Pentecostal ministers speaking at rallies and protests and meetings, and we do not support Pentecostal ministers. Because
hold on, though.
Because they believe that God comes to them
so Ken, let me ask
the
you.
Bible.
Ken, all right, so...
Was this for me or
You're a Baptist.
I'm a Baptist. We have a lot of Catholic folks in our and we minister to anyone who is seeking the Lord Jesus Christ. But to say that, we need to pull ourselves together as a country, and we have a lot of different faiths in the country. Even we have some Muslim folks that come to our caucus, and I don't preach, but I never fail to tell the people what the foundations of this country are, the Christians who formed this country. But I don't offend other folks. I don't mind that a Pentecostal, we're not preaching, we're not going into doctrine. Now, I'm trying to explain the reason why, and the friends that I talk to, Baptists, Presbyterians, Lutherans, and so on, the one common thing that we agreed on, and this is why we can't support having a Pentecostal minister speak, is that because they believe that God comes to them outside of the written word, the Bible, we believe that the Pentecostals, and it's not just me, it's a group of different Christians, we believe that they're damned because of their teaching. Okay.
The Bible.
That's a religious thing. Let me say something, Ken. You can be an island if you want. I don't choose to be an island by which I have to stand alone. I want to bring this country together, and we have different faiths that we have to respect. We're not preaching any of their gospels.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for the call, Ken. Appreciate it as always, and we'll see everybody on the other side of the break. Take
People are always on the go, driving to work, running errands. How do they keep informed? They listen to Wham Talk 1600 just like you. If you're a business owner, your message can reach these people wherever their travels take them. People tune to Wham Radio for the latest issues, discussed by hosts like Joe Pags, Fayron X, and Dana Lesh. And they'll stay tuned for your message as well. Call 734-971-1600 today and advertise your business with Wham Radio and whamradio.com. Whamradio.com.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. At least 35 have been killed by widespread wildfires in California. Dozens more listed as missing as thousands flee to safety.
Those fires started raging again overnight, so we have mass evacuations taking part in parts of Sonoma and also East Santa Rosa. And it comes after we've already seen just how brutal these fires can be, destroying this entire neighborhood in Santa Rosa. More than 5,700 homes and businesses destroyed from these flames.
Fox's Will Carr. Meanwhile, some stars are coming out to help Puerto Rico recover from recent hurricanes.
Jennifer Lopez is teaming up with her ex-husband, Mark Anthony, and her boyfriend, Alex Rodriguez, for a benefit concert and telethon tonight. It's called One Voice, and it benefits disaster relief for Puerto Rico, which was devastated during Hurricane Maria. Money raised will benefit Feeding America, Save the Children, among others.
Fox's Tony J. Powers. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Your bridge to recovery and wellness is WellBridge. WellBridge is redefining the rehabilitation and nursing care experience with the most amazing resort-like care facilities you've ever seen. Their driving goal is to provide each guest with an epic experience. And in their pursuit of excellence, WellBridge asks each guest to complete a customer satisfaction survey after their stay. To date, they've earned a satisfaction rate of 100%. Here are some of the comments received. This is my home away from home. This place is outstanding and everyone is super kind. I am beyond pleased with all the care I received. The staff is so passionate for what they do, and it shows. This was my mother's third stay here, and she always loves it. I've referred this place to many already. My stay has been fantastic. For rehabilitation and nursing care, ask for something epic. Ask for WellBridge in Brighton, Fenton, Novi, and Pinckney. Now looking for talented nurses and certified nurse assistants to join their growing team. Learn more at thewellbridgegroup.com. WellBridge, your bridge to recovery and wellness starts here.
It's been 5 years since we met Kelly Brighton, just before her weight loss surgery.
I was almost 300 pounds. Because of the Michigan Bariatric Institute, I've lost the weight. I now have the tools to keep it off. I am a better mom, I am a better wife, and I'm just a better Kelly Brighton, I think.
Begin your journey. Try a free monthly educational seminar at St. Joe's Livingston. Visit stjoeshealth.org/MBI to learn more.
You're listening to The Drift on Wham Talk 1600. Join in the conversation at 734-822-1600. Now, back to your host, Gary Wellings.
And welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to catch our drift. Joining me in studio, Ed Bonderenka.
Hey there.
Ipsy Ed. And Dennis Moore.
Appreciate being here.
One of the founders of the Tea Party, Willow Run Teacup.
Teacup.
I'll get that out of my lips somehow or another, right?
We
Willow
have
Run
teacups.
Tea Party Caucus.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Okay, so glad to have you here, Dennis. Thanks for coming in, and let's take care of a little business. If you are planning to get your boat out of the water, call Claves Marina, 734-426-4532. That's 734-426-4532. They're located in Pinckney on McGregor Road. They also do some boat restoration, so if you got an old pontoon like mine, you might want to put a little effort into it and get it ready for next year. So they got some nice packages for pontoon restoration, which they can do over the wintertime and get it done for you by spring. So 734-426-4532. That's Claves Marina. You can also go to Claves, Klaves, marina.com.
Get that taken care of so that you don't have to take your boat out only at night like Gary.
Yeah, You know what I call my boat?
Ghost boat.
The SS White Trash. That is it's as old and 70s dated as like terry cloth shorts. You know what I mean?
Mine's a 63.
It's dated. Yeah, well, you're wearing velour, dude, right? There we go. Well, so Dennis, thank you again for coming in. Let's take a quick call from Tom, who wants to talk about the Constitutional Treaty. Tom, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. Hey, the Constitution in Article 5, it basically says that, as far as amending the Constitution, it says provide